Sorry about that. Here. Behind the scene video. Plastic is yung honey. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. When we do functions, we usually need domains and range. And today I'll show you what those are and in what mathematical way we can write them. Let's get started. Okay, so now I'll show you the domain first. Let's say in one example we have that the function of x, is equals to 2 divided by the x. Now let's try a few examples in order to find what we should do. Let's say that this is my function box, and I'm inputting something. I have to put in for x. Let's say if I put 3, then my output would be 2 over 3. That makes sense. Let me give one more input. If I put 4 into my function box, my function is 2 over x, and my x is 4. So it would come out 2 over 4. So which and basically half. Now, if I try to put 0 in as an input into my function box, we'd have to do 2 over 0. Now, 0 divided by something is 0. We can't do that. But 2 divided by 0, it's undefined. We can't do that. Which is why we will write down that everything except for 0. All real values of x except for 0. So let's erase this, and then I'll show you how to write it in the mathematical way with all the domains. So here, let's write that. We put this bracket and we write that x. X is epsilon. Epsilon is a Greek letter, and it actually represents that x is a member of. So we can say x is a member of real numbers, and this line right here, this straight line, is actually such that. So let's say it in a sentence. X is a member of all the real numbers such that. Now we said that our x can be everything, but not equals to 0. It can be 0, but it can be any other real number. And we'll close this. This is our end of our statement. So this is how we would write this function. So x is a member of real numbers such that x is not equals to 0, but x is a member of x. X can be anything else. So now I'm going to show you another example with this domain, and then we'll go on into our range. Both are actually really fun in my opinion. Anyway, the function of x, again, we're gonna do x. The function of x is equals to the square root of x minus 6. Now, let's give in some inputs into our function box to get some outputs. Well, if I try, let's say 1, if I try 1, then if I give in 1 as my x, then it would be the square root of 1 minus 6, which is actually minus 5. And as we know, we can't do the square root of any negative number. It'll come out as an unreal number. So, which is why we cannot do this. Now, if I give a 0, if I give a 6, number 6 as my input into my function box, then I'm getting 6 minus 6, which is 0. And you can do the square root of 0, that's 0. So that means you can do 6. If I tried with 2, 2 minus 6 is minus 4. And as I said, you can do with negative numbers. So we just found out that our f of x, our function of x, our x should be greater than or equals to 6. It can be 6